Okay, and now we're ready. I'd first like to thank everyone for participating in ABCA's public roll call hearings via the WebEx platform. My name is Laverne Fletcher. I'll be conducting the roll call hearings as the board's agent. There are two cases on the calendar today. The first case is Lupo Pizzeria, case number 25PRO 00067. Lulau Restaurant Group LLC, 1908 14th Street Northwest, license number ABRA 113994. This is a retailer Class CR restaurant for license renewal. The protest issues are adverse impact on peace, order, and quiet. Is anyone present on behalf of Lupo Pizzeria? Is anyone present on behalf of ANC2F?
I'm here, Ms. Cox.
Thank you.
Can I just tell you that we sent in the executed settlement agreement over the weekend, so you may not have had
excuse me,
yet.
Commissioner Rubenstein, could you please state your name and spell it for the court reporter, please? Thank you.
David, D-A-V-I-D, Rubenstein, R-U-B-E-N-S-T-E-I-N. I'm from 2F01.
And Commissioner, let's see, 1 second. You were about to say?
So we executed an settlement agreement with the owner of Lupo Pizzeria. It was sent over to legal ABCA over the weekend, so I don't think you had a chance to know that yet. So I jumped on the call to make sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Commissioner Rubenstein. You're right. I haven't seen that yet. Thanks for coming to let me know. That, of course, means there's no need for the roll call hearing, and I've just made a note that the matter has settled prior to the roll call hearing today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The roll call hearing in this matter is concluded. The next case on the calendar is DC Garden Hill LLC, case number 25PRO 00074. 1322 G Street Southeast, license number ABRA 128406. This is a medical cannabis retailer for a new application, including a delivery endorsement. My name is Laverne Fletcher, conducting the roll call hearing as the board's agent. Is anyone present on behalf of DC Garden Hill?
Hello, good morning, everyone. Yes, Ms. Fletcher, I'm here. I'm Mark Lumpkins, owner of DC Garden Hill.
Thank you, Mr. Lumpkins. We also have a group of residents that filed the protest. There is a group of 43 residents. Is the designated representative on behalf of this group present?
Yes, Ms. Fletcher. My name is Benjamin Marcus, BenjaminMarcus.
Thank you, Mr. Marcus. Are there any other members from your group present today?
Yes, most of the individuals on this call are with my group.
Okay, if those individuals could state their names and spell them for the record, please.
I'll start. My name is Susan McAvoy, SUSANMC, capital AVOY, and I live at 1370 G Street, and my partner is also on the call.
I'm Scott Shepard, SCOTTSHEPARD, also 1370 G Street.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Judith Fitzgerald, and I'm here with my husband, Barry. We own a property in the Jenkins Row at unit number 345 at 1391 Pennsylvania Avenue Southeast, and we are signers on the protest, and I believe there are representatives of the daycare center available here today as well.
Is the next person?
I'm Barry Fitzgerald. I'm with Judith Fitzgerald from 1391 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Good morning. I'm Martha Fitzgerald, MARTHA, FITZGERALD, at 701 14th Street Southeast.
Thank you, Ms. Fitzgerald. Anybody else?
Good morning, Patrick Pannett, Patrick, Pannett from 1336 G Street Southeast.
What's the last name again?
Pannett, Pannett.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
Hi, my name is Luke Baggett, and I'm at 701 14th Street Southeast. And you spell my name LUKEBAGGOTT.
How do you spell the last name again?
BAGGOTT.
EATT.
B for boy, A for apple.
Oh, just 1 second. I had it all wrong. Did you say B for boy?
B for boy, A for apple, G for goat, G for goat, O for ostrich, T for tango, T for tango.
Oh, thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, I'm Dr. Meg Van Achterberg, and I'm at 707 14th Street. And let me spell this one for you. My first name is Meg, M-E-G. Last name is V as in Victor, A-N, space, A-C-H-T as in Tom, E-R, B as in boy, E-R-G, at 707 14th Street.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yes, Norman West, Normanwest. I'm at 1372 G Street Southeast.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Ms. Fletcher, if I could just add.
Oh, I'm sorry, who's speaking, please?
This is Martha Fitzgerald. I mentioned over email that the daycare Storytime Kids, which is in 400 feet of the proposed location, has joined our petition and basically only got the WebEx this morning. So they're working to join, but it sounds like they may not have made it yet.
So, Ms. Fitzgerald, the daycare center did not file a protest, and so they cannot be recognized as a protestant. Based on an email that I got from you this morning,
I'm sorry.
Based on the email that I got from you this morning, it sounds like someone from the daycare center, maybe more than one person, signed on to your protest letter.
Several people at the daycare did sign on. The owner specifically signed, and so for some context, I think that the community was a bit confused about the process. The daycare did wish to protest and signed our protest.
In order for a daycare center to file a protest, they have to actually file a protest. And so the daycare center did not file a protest. So they can be recognized as being a member of your group because they signed your protest letter, but they are not recognized as a protestant because they did not file a protest.
Sorry, I'm here with my daughter. I apologize.
Ms. Fletcher, may we ask a question?
Who's
I understand that this is just a roll call.
I'm sorry, who's speaking right now?
I'm sorry, my name's Judy Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Part of the problem that we're facing is that the announcement of the daycare center was not made public. The information that's posted on the door of the potential location is really not visible from the street. There's no sidewalk. It's behind a screen. You can't see it. And the ANC people did not advise us timely of the way that we were supposed to do the protest. So we did what we were told by the ANC, which is to file the protest that we filed, but apparently that wasn't the right way. And so we're trying to figure out the right way to do it so that, you know, our concerns can be heard and so that the owner of the potential medical cannabis retailership can respond to those questions. And so we're just trying to figure out how to do this so that the board has all of the appropriate information from everybody. Is there something that you might be able to guide us to do to get this raised appropriately before?
Well, you did that already. You filed the protest and you're here, you received notice. And so you filed the protest and you're here today. And so you've done what you needed to do
Okay.
to file a protest.
Right, this is Martha Fitzgerald again. I think the one part of that is that the daycare was also not aware of the proper process. So again, we're trying to facilitate the daycare being a part of it.
They won't be a part of it. And I understand that you weren't aware of how to file a protest, and I understand that you consulted with the ANC about how to file a protest. It would have been more appropriate to contact us related to how to file a protest, Ms. Martha Fitzgerald, but the daycare center cannot at this stage become a protest. There was a petition deadline by which a protest could have been filed, and that deadline has been missed, and so it's not possible for the daycare center to join. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. No, just a second. Excuse me. On the court reporter can hear one person at a time.
My name is Luke Baggett.
Just a second. Just a second. Is anyone present on behalf of a DC Garden?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, Mr. Lumpkins, is anybody else joining you today?
No.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Baggett.
Thank you. Yeah, I was at the daycare this morning, and I spoke to all the individuals that wanted to join this protest. They have acknowledged that there was no notification. They did not know that this store was opening, and there wasn't sufficient public announcement for them to have even known that this was going to be happening. So there has to be a way for you guys to have let them know and for them to have had the ability to protest, because otherwise it's not fair, right? I mean, there has to be some process where they can get involved. You can say now that they can't get involved, but the fact is that they weren't aware of it. They did not know what was happening. And there has to be a way procedurally for them to get involved at this point. And we want to know what that is.
They would have gotten involved procedurally in the same way that you did by filing a protest.
Ms. Fletcher, this is Martha Fitzgerald again. If I could just add, we reached out to the daycare 2 days before the petition deadline was, but at that time, we were advised by our ANC and not corrected by our councilman, Charles Allen, that our protest would be recognized. And so we didn't do, I personally communicated with the daycare, and essentially we were all given incorrect instructions, including the daycare. And so that's part of the problem is they do want to protest. They joined our petition. And I think there's just confusion about the technicality of them doing it correctly is the problem.
Well, if someone from the daycare center signed on to your protest letter, that person or persons would be considered a part of your group. But the daycare center will not be considered to have filed the protest because they did not. So we're not able to overcome that because there was a petition deadline by which to file a protest. There's no way to overcome that during a roll call hearing.
I see.
Does anybody else have anything that they want to bring to our attention?
Could I just ask, is there any way to move to delay?
Ms. Martha Fitzgerald, before you speak, just state your name for the court reporter.
I apologize. Yes, this is Martha Fitzgerald again. Is there any way to move for a continuance or reconsideration or anything to allow the daycare to have to be involved more directly in the process?
Well, there is no continuance, but as I move along through the process, you'll have more instructions about what happens next, Ms. Fitzgerald.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Ms. Fletcher, may I speak? Judy Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Can you tell us what the next process will be? We really don't even know that.
That's what I'm getting to. I wanted to hear from you first. If you had any questions.
Thank you. Okay,
you're welcome. If there are no other questions, I will move to the next step, which is to inform you, Mr. Marcus, because you're representing the group. This is for everybody, but I'm just noting you because you're the designated representative. In medical cannabis cases, Groups of residents cannot file a protest in the same way that they can if it's an alcohol license. I'm going to give you more information in a minute. In medical cannabis cases, groups of residents can't file a protest. This is a group of, I counted 43. This is a group of 43 residents. Groups of residents cannot file protests against medical cannabis cases, but let me tell you who can, and then I'll tell you what happens next. Here are the groups that can file a protest. Affected ANCs that are located within 600 feet of an establishment can file a protest. As you know, the ANC in this case did not file a protest. Then a property owner or commercial tenant who is abutting the establishment, or a property owner or commercial tenant whose property is located directly across the street, and then a daycare center that is located within 400 feet. But under medical cannabis statute, groups of residents are not able to file a protest. It would have to be one of the entities that I just named. So the protest filed by the group of 43 has to be dismissed, but that's not the last thing that can happen. Once you receive a board order dismissing the protest for the reason that I just stated, Mr. Marcus, that'll come to you. You have an opportunity to tell the board why you think you should be granted standing. So that you have an opportunity to raise that issue with the board at the next step. For the purpose of the roll call hearing, the protest it is dismissed. But at the next step, you have an opportunity to ask the board to reinstate your protest for whatever reason you believe it should be reinstated. Ms. Fitzgerald, Ms. Martha Fitzgerald, in terms of the daycare person the daycare center, I should say, that you believe should be designated as a protestant, is that person present today?
I'm not sure. It's hard. I'm not sure.
It's okay. You can just let the daycare center know what I said this morning. They're not a protestant. So they're not here and they're not a protestant. So I don't have any other information to provide you with. Mr. Marcus, at the time that you filed your request for reinstatement of your protest, if you wish, you may petition the board to consider the daycare center a protestant, and you may do that. They didn't file a protest, and so they're not recognized as a protestant today, even though they signed the protest letter. We would have needed a protest from the daycare center, and I understand there was no clarity on how to file a protest, and that the protestants consulted with the ANC. And so you filed your protest in accordance with what the ANC said, and I'm assuming you saw the placard notice as well, and you filed your protest by the petition deadline. Is there anything else that the protestants would like to bring to my attention or to put on the record in this case?
Yes, Ms. Fletcher, this is again Benjamin Marcus.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify for the record that we only found out about this establishment 9 days before the petition deadline for the aforementioned reasons. The difficulty in identifying the license application, as well as the instructions. We did receive guidance from our ANC rep and from Councilman Allen that we could protest if we'd like, and we went on their word. In our haste to complete this petition in the 9 days, we, of course, as you know, followed the wrong direction. So we do fully intend to continue this process and petition the board to consider the daycare center as a petitioner.
And so thank you for that, Mr. Marcus. And you were eligible to file a protest, and so you did. So that guidance was correct. You were eligible to file a protest, and you did. What happens next is that a decision has to be made as to whether or not the group has standing as a protest. But you did follow the appropriate process by filing the protest, because you were eligible to do that. And so I know that at your upon receipt of the board order, Mr. Marcus, I know that you're going to petition the board to reinstate the group as a protestant for whatever reason you believe they should be. And if you have some issue related to the daycare center not being a protestant, you can mention that in your petition as well, and the board will make a decision about what happens after that. And if the board reinstates a protest, then you would hear from me to set a date for a mediation in any upcoming proceedings, which we won't do today because the group has not been granted standing at this point. But that would happen at the next step if the board decides to reinstate the protest.
Ms. Fletcher, Judy Fitzgerald, is the appropriate way to do that to file a motion for reconsideration with the board?
Yes, that's what Mr. Marcus would do.
And is that based on your decision today that there's no
Yes,
standing?
it is. Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Fletcher, this is Martha Fitzgerald. There's only one other thing I would like to add, which is since the petition deadline, given the short time frame that Mr. Marcus mentioned of 9 days, we've had outreach from additional residents and, like I said, the daycare, other individuals at the daycare who wish to join the petition but were not able to do so by the time we filed. So although there are 43 signatures, there are more people who would have signed if they had been aware in the time.
Okay. Okay, so you're just letting me know there would have been more than 43 had there been time. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Fitzgerald. Anybody else?
And Ms. Fletcher, Judy Fitzgerald again. I'm sorry. Just to be clear, Mr. Marcus will receive something from you that indicates that the standing has been denied, and that sets the clock starting for a deadline?
It does. Upon receipt of their board order, Mr. Marcus will have 10 days from the date of that board order to seek reinstatement of the protest. But that instruction will be in the order. But Mr. Marcus, it'll be 10 days from the date of the board order. And board orders normally go out within the same week. So they could be issued today, but I can't say that for sure because the board issues its own orders, but it happens relatively soon.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, if there's nothing more, the roll call hearing in this matter is concluded, and thank you everyone for coming today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
You're
very
very
much.
welcome. Thank you.